Right, welcome back to Maypole Farm, where I am doing my contracting series from the moment. Now I've got this thing, which I'm going to be honest, it's not my favourite bit of kit. I much prefer a standard type. Can't seem to change this thing around. For some reason it seems to be stuck on one way. Let's see which way it's going anyway. I have on here, thanks to Cavalier Roy, another shuttle control type thingy. Hold on. That's it. Once we get things sorted out, we'll be away. We'll turn around and get onto the field here properly. Now, we're doing one of the longest set of missions, I think, on contracts in the game. This is not one I recommend for doing on a big field. This is grass work, or baling they call the contract, but there's so many stages to it. We've already done the harvest, as you noticed last time. We're now merging or raking up. Now, as I said, I'd rather have, I'll slow my, I'll try and slow my speed down a bit so I can actually keep with it. Not quite that slow. I think about 10 miles an hour should do it. It's a bit better and keep up with that a bit better. I'd rather have a standard rake, to be honest. I know what I'm doing with a standard rake. But this one is making silage bales for delivery to the barn. Now you're going to have to sit for the whole lot. Now I'm not going to do this in, well, what will be two since I've already done one on this job. The mowing. I'll get the raking done and hopefully get the baling done this time. And possibly start some wrapping, but that's debatable. And the next one I can speed up a little bit. It's a bit, don't want to go too fast because it's trying to take these corners. Now I know you could with a merger keep merging into one big heap, but that doesn't half upset the poor old baler. So let's have a look, see how we're doing here. Yeah, that's there. And one thing I also noticed about this, you want to switch the dirty thing off when you're going over one of the heaps, because it doesn't half upset things. Now I'm trying to do this in cab, which is probably a mistake, to be honest. We're going to try it here. See what happens here. It can only go completely to pot. This is where we really don't want to be going too quick. In fact, I am going too quick with what I'm trying to do. I'd be better off doing this out of cab, but I'm not going to. I'm going to attempt to do most of this in cab. For my sins. As I said, we got the, this is the extension, I forget what it's called, not vehicle extension. You know, I can't honestly remember the name of it now. Mod. Good friend Cavalier Roy, who's incidentally is the author of this particular map, pointed it out to me and said, "See, you might enjoy this." Well, he's right, because it's now got diff locks and four-wheel drive incorporated in it. Oops, hit the wrong button. Which I have to say is an improvement. The one thing I miss is the possibility of going in driving a straight line as you got in Mowgli's mod. They're both good in their own way, but at the moment this one is slightly ahead because of the diff locks. And all the extra information you can see down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. That's all to do with this mod. I wish I'd have took note of what that was called. I see the mods are now starting to appear on Mod Hub now. What we want to do here is get really just about there. No, I think we better start going up and down. Luckily this works exactly the same way as no, I can't remember which way it's in Chuck. You should be able to change this over, and I can't seem to figure it. I thought that was why, but apparently it isn't. Well, we should open that centre up, and I'd prefer it going into the centre, but I'm not certain if this particular model does that, or one of the other ones. Anyway, let's give it a whirl now. If that was, I think actually we're better off going up and down. We know which way it goes there. Go up one side and down the other, so we get about here. Oh no, we've got to go over a bit more. We've got a heap there. Get over just over that heap. Anyway, we'll try this. So I prefer a standard rate, but then again I'm old fashioned. Standard rate was perfectly good for my grandfather, so it should be good for me. We all know, oh, I think we merge them into one big roll, and I don't really want to do that. I've actually done this mission on my off-screen Riverview, on this contract, and it was a nightmare. It took a full game day. Oh well. I think we're just about there now. And what I'm going to do is go over the other side and come down the other side. We should then be chucking hopefully about the same way. If I work this out right, but I wouldn't bet on it. Just want to try and get some up and downs. The one thing I did do, I did find on the one on Riverview, and that was, anybody who knows that map, I think it's Field 39, which is a Meadow 39, which is a large meadow. Well, let's get this thing rolling. Yeah, we've got it going the right way. Oh, we're going a bit close. We're going to lose that windrow. Oh. You could do this and just keep merging to one absolutely gigantic row. I think Disco done that on 17, I think it was. I just want to take it round like this and we'll meet up with this one here. Just take it a bit closer still. Alright, I do. We're still going basically around in a circle, but that's because that's the way I find it easiest to do, and I must stop doing that. Put it into reverse. Yeah, this mod gives you a lot more. Actually, one thing I do love about this mod, it shows me. This is a shuttle mod. Which way we're going to go. Oh, we're a bit close in. Let's see if we can come out a bit and back up. Also, this is saved in the save under each vehicle, so it's no more having set. For one vehicle set for this is one. Every vehicle can be set up differently, and to switch it off, it's just control space. If you're using the standard keyboard controls. And to switch it on again, control space. And to swap over, is just space or whatever key you want to align it to. Might actually be better if I go all the way down again. Should be able to do it, but can't the other way. But I'm a little bit nervous. If I could swap this thing over, as I should be able to swap directions, and I go. Didn't want to do that. But I cannot see the toggle work mode. That's control Y. That's middle. That's better. That's more what I want. Yeah, see if you read the instructions, it all comes clear then. That should be a bit easier now, so I can actually go up and down one way. No, we'll be pulling out from either side now. This is where if I had my head track switched on, it would be a lot easier because I could just keep looking around, then having to use the mouse to do it. And yeah, but then again, if his hands were pots and pans, yeah, well, whoa. Oh yeah, I was saying about the one I'd done on Riverview. I'd done quite well at that because not only did I get the contract price, well, you had to rent everything, but also because I got all the extra bales, and there was quite a number. This is more like it. I'm happier like this. Put it into the middle. The edge bit is handy where you've got hedges and that close to the edge of the field, and you can get all the grass and straw from, and hay, of course, if you tethered it from under the hedge. Oh, didn't stop in time because I have also got the no engine braking mode on, or very little engine braking mode on. A mod on here. Mode? We're in the mode. I've got all the odds and ends. I also, of course, got the feel the weight adjust the one-off mod hub I'm using at the moment, not the t'other one. It done other things, and I prefer just this one. The other way, bird. That's it. Not sitting with our rooks or crows. I would suspect rooks actually, because there's so many of them together. And little quiz for you: what do they call what's the collective noun for rooks? I know. I just wonder if anybody else does. If I remember, I'll tell you in the next video. But I won't remember. I never do. Poor old soul, you know. He's getting past it. Yes, this is better. I ain't got to worry about running into the next windrow. Now, if I try to realise this, I'd have gone up and down earlier and slightly better. So the big problem is you always have to switch off of this and all when you get to the end. I know you do it on a rake, especially if you've got a high windrow, but it's less likely to have a high windrow than what you are in this. And you may notice the forward back thing keeps flashing. That's because every time I stop, for some reason I press space. Don't ask me why. Why? I told you not to ask. These are jokes, folks. It's a Friday afternoon, and I'm feeling particularly silly at the moment. I've been banished to the computer studio. I'm being too silly. And I'm going to have a little bit of fun on here. We missed a bit there, never mind. And we're all just hoping for. Oh, I've done it again. Press space. This is where this is so much handy because I can just look down and just check on the HUD which one I got. Oh, there's some good win rolls here. Oh, oh, yeah. What's the thing I was going to say about the Giants? No, there certainly is some more realistic built in. As I noticed when I was doing the Baling on Riverview, that I was down to about 1-2 mile an hour at times with the baler because the wind rolls are so big. Oh, we're just about done there. Don't suppose we can actually take. There's no easy way of doing this. We're gonna have to live through these. I done it without hitting space. Go me. I told you I was in a silly mood today, did I? Hope it lasts. It's nice to be back actually making videos. I need that break, which I take every year. I didn't forget that time. I miss making them. I know I made some this year to try and make up for the ones I was behind. I think this will do is what we haven't got now, we won't get. Right, all I'm going to do is fold that up. Nice animations on the folding, I think. Yeah, even to the extent of the little catches coming down at the end. I never really looked at that close. Right, I'm going to take this back as well. We've only got a limited amount of space here. And go and pick up the baler. And we're about halfway through this one. So we should get it baled, and next time we wrap and might have a slightly longer one and finish off by taking them down to the barn. The only good thing about this mission or this contract, everything's quite close together. I mean, so you can't get trying to turn there much closer to the pickup point for the gear than here, can you? I'll be honest. Now, another thing I miss about this is there's no automatic turn back. Perhaps deck I need to bring out is quick camera mod again. Oh dear, I can't back to save me life. Oh. That'll do. Let's quit whilst we're winning. This we have got a square baler. We're not down to a round baler. I think that would be the end. But really, I should, when I mowed this, I should have put all the mowers on the rear end and turned the seat around, but didn't think of that at the time. I don't know if we can turn in here. Yes, we can just. Go me again. Still, this is a lovely map. I do enjoy playing this one. So I'm back up a bit because I need to get on this wind road on it. There we are. Look forward, unfold. Yep, we know it is. Let's see what sort of speed we go up at this time. I think this is the same bar we had to use last time. But it gets so full, I haven't got the windrolls, I have double height on review. I had this stupidest thought that I might just get it done a bit quicker. Yes, the boy's an idiot. How we doing now? I'm not going to look to see if we're dropping any bales. I'm going to trust that we are, or we will be. And it's holding a nice 9 mile an hour on this. I think it's just about the right size windrow. Well, I can't remember what mods I had on when I did it on the Riverview. Because I've been changing mods around as new ones come out. Removing the old which do roughly the same job. For the newer and hopefully better. But I think it's more a case of, ooh, shiny, new. I suffer from that as much as this next person. Well, less the next person doesn't suffer from it, of course. Yeah, it gets hard to think of all these different things. I don't know. No, I thought we were going to drop there, but no. Once we keep it in a straight line, we're doing a nice 9 mile an hour. I was a one advantage of round by the house over this, whereas you can at least drop them to the side, out of the way. Here you just drop them as you go, but it's so much simpler. Less of course you get again Decker's mod for 17 is auto unload for piles, so I'm going to have to go through over some of this again. Oh, there's a bile at the top. I was going to say it's in a bile, yeah. I don't know how many they want. One thing I'd like to see on contracts, especially on mowing and harvest and baling contracts, is how many they expect. What the minimum amount is to take of tonnage of crop or bales. Well, if anything's going to choke at this but I certainly choked on that one there, but that may have been one of the mods I was using. If anything's going to slot there, but I was using, like that heap we went over, that was almost a full length. Yes, that did. You know, that just knocked it down just a fraction, not a lot. I'm going to go straight over this one. That one didn't phase it at all. Just going to go back along here and just do this, just tidy this end up a bit. Got a feeling I'm going to have to go and get the wrapper and wrap some of these before we actually finish baling. In fact, I might do that now because I should then be able to move them to the outside. Not going to bother with it. I'm going to pick up some of these straggly bits we missed. Well, it's going to be a fair number of bales. Be more than I expected, to be honest. I think I might just leave the bale here, go and pick the wrapper up and wrap some of these, and that we've already got. I should be able to move those then out of the way. Could be fun getting the bale wagon into the field. Methinks possible, but not easy. Alright, I'm just gonna turn it off, lift it up and detach it. I don't know. It wasn't settling very well, was it? My eyes didn't deceive me, it was leaping about there as it came past. Or is the medication kicking in now? You know, I don't think I ever used a square bale wrapper. I don't think I used it on 17. I didn't do that many. I've done some bales on 17, started doing, but mainly straw and hay. Silage, I always used a fermenting silo, or almost always. So this is a first for me. Oh, wish me luck. At least now with the grass actually cut, we can get equipment out onto this field now. You see, there's not a lot of space there. Gone a bit quick. Oh, I'll talk about the engine braking mod. Now I let go of the throttle. You see, we're not slowing down at all. In fact, going downhill, you quite often speed up. So I never used this one before. Unfold. I am going to come. Didn't mean to do that. And yes, that's a field marshal on my front page on my desktop. Change. That must be just a case now. That's what I meant to do. Come on, have a look. I could do the first one like this, because if not, anything could happen. No, it just picks them up automatically. I'll just move this somewhere out of the way. I think they move them here. I've watched this thing being used quite often. Why? Yeah, it's why to drop it. Righto. Let's see what happens when we get into cab and try and do this. What sort of mess will we make? Oh, this one's on its side. I'd be tired. Oh, got it. I'm gonna be a bit more driving doing it like this, but I feel a bit more confident that it'd be not so much easier to pick up, but they won't be in the flaming way. Do some of them down this side. Oh, this is alright, this is. Wonder how long someone be before someone brings out a all-in-one. Ah, that's where it goes wrong, of course. Oh no, we got it. I think they improved it. I did notice on 17 sometimes you took them like that, that wouldn't take the damn thing. So come the side of that. Drop that one off and now I'm not too worried about these ones here. It's the ones at the end I want to pick up. I just need to get rid of those out of the way. Well, how we're doing on time anyway. We'll try and get these done at the end here, then I'll switch back to Baling. We'll finish Baling it next time. Should better move us out here. Just moving off the main part of the field for obvious reasons. Well, it's obvious to me anyway. If not, I'm going to run over the dusty thing. I might still run over them. You know my driving only too well, you say. I wonder if we can get one square. Well, I had one square since we've been. How I still ain't got one square? Well, that's even worse. I'll be closer on that to you, Phil. How close do we want to be? Just about touching the rear wheel? It's got it. And then just. Also, if you just drive hard at it, it's going to take it anyway. about one more to do by the looks of it. There's going to be several bales on here. Let's try one. Oh, two more to do. I think we'll get these done. That will be an episode. And we almost touch it. We got it this time. Oh yes, that boy's a genius. I can hear the laughter from here, so you can stop trying to stifle your giggles. Got one more to do. I dropped it. Don't think there's any really in the way this side. We've still got a long hair to do. Whoa! Send that one out of the way. Now I haven't tried the new bale trailer. I never. Let's be honest. I didn't use the bale trailer out of 15 or 17. I'll pick one up here. Hello. I think we ran into something, guys. Houston, we have a problem. He's driving the tractor. In fact, I think that'll do that. I'm going to drop that off here. I think we can do... I'm going to do another 8 minutes. How about that? Just for you. I can hear you all saying, no, please, no. Because I said I think I'd make these between 30 and 40 minute episodes. So that would be about right. Right, there we go. We've got a long line up here. No, we'd be better off to go up this one, won't it? Whoa, if we can get onto the dusty thing. How about a tank slapper when you're doing 9 mile an hour? Now I have seen that bale up ahead. I probably won't make any difference, we're still hit it, but I have noticed it. Oh, turning too quick now. This should be, if any of them's going to cause this to choke, yeah, it's choking a bit. It went from 9 down to 8. It's not going any lower than that, but it's certainly choking a little bit. Yeah, see that is definitely choking. It does work like that. I think we need to get this one here out of the way. Oh, still got a whole load of long hair we missed. Some people think I'm an idiot, and others are more certain. But I do enjoy playing games. I made myself a promise, cool, must have been 40, 50 years ago. I'm not going to grow up. It's about the only promise I ever kept. Except my promise to my wife to love her and look after her. Or whatever it was in the civil service, or civil ceremony. Cause not being a Christian, I didn't go through the religious ceremony. I've nothing against churches, as long as I don't have to be involved. That's my contentious issue for the day out of the way. Right, I'm just going to go along this very long going to take a run up at this long one on the outside here and pick up some of these bits and pieces whilst we're at it. Driving's got better now. Oh. Yeah, this is more like that was done on Riverview. Not choking up, it hasn't got that choke mod in, which was on 15, may have also been on 17. I never used it personally, but I watched Disco having fun and games with it several times, which was probably what convinced me not to use it. Oh, we have got jingle, sir. There are some bales on here. By jingle. And other nonsensical sayings. Let's do a couple more up and downs and I'm going to call it. I'm going to do my wind down now. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, go on, subscribe. And by the way, I'm rather chuffed I've reached over 400 subscribers. And the numbers... Whoa! I think we better just come back. That one's going to be in the way now. I knew what I was doing, but I couldn't stop myself once I started hitting up. Numbers doesn't mean that much to me, but it's just nice to see I'm still gaining a few subscribers now and again. Recently I've been gaining as many as I've been losing. I don't really count the numbers game, which is why things like the challenge series keeps going, Glickling keeps going, and first and foremost, Motorsport Manager will keep going on the channel. They don't bring in a lot of foods, but I enjoy making them. But I'm enjoying the two maps I'm using on 19. Yes, there's other maps out there, but I haven't really seen a good British style map except for Roy's 2, which is why I'm using them. Alright, anyway, any comments, questions, queries, suggestions? Well, just keep it clean, can you? Or cleanish. And I always certain to read them, and I will try and comment, or at least indicate I've seen them. Can't do that one. Going around in circles here. Yeah, I'm going to have to move some of these bales out of the way. Be handy with the game extension. I could just pick them up and just toss them to one side. Anyway, with that, as we're slowly finishing this off, and I will finish this off next time, it's Mammon saying, cheerio for now. Cheerio.